guys, it's Kelsey
and Kendra,
and today we are back with another twin talk for you guys. We have not done one of these in quite some time, and we know you guys love when we do these because it's basically a chance for us to sit down and have some girl chat with you guys.
Yes.
So wherever you're watching this now, welcome to Twin Talk. OG subscribers, you already know what it is. We get super blunt, and I feel like we cannot give valuable advice if it is not blunt.
Sugar-coated advice is a waste of time. We're going to be talking about a number of things today, and then at the end of the video we're going to be answering some of you guys' questions that you have for us. At the beginning of the video we're going to be talking about chivalry. We're going to be talking about how women should treat each other as far as success and having kids and getting married, and what our priorities should be, and not judging other people for not having the same priorities. Yeah, we're just going to be talking about all of it today.
A little bit of everything. So in honor of International Women's Month, we felt that this video was very necessary because it's different when you're single and you're taking a seat back and watching a lot of things happen in relationships and seeing what other women are doing. And it usually directly affects other women.
Yes.
How you allow men to treat you in a relationship and what you continue to allow them to do, they do in their next relationship.
Yes. Or they expect us, like us single women, to tolerate the same things that the previous woman had.
Yes. If you put up with BS, you're messing it up for other women.
The rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to look out for each other. So when you have standards, the next man is going to expect the next woman to have standards, and so forth.
Yes.
Okay.
A domino effect.
Because if you're like the 1 out of 10 women that have standards, men are automatically going to think that you're difficult. That's
or high maintenance.
Or high maintenance. And that's kind of the category women with standards get put in, which is so annoying. Because there's so many women that don't have standards, it makes the women that do have standards look difficult. And I'm sick of it.
It's extremely frustrating. We're either bougie, we're high maintenance, like I said.
Yeah.
Or we just too much to handle, which...
whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
I was gonna say, I really don't know what that means.
So,
which leads us to the conversation of chivalry. I feel like a lot of people feel like chivalry is dead. You know, that old saying. I low-key feel like it is in some cases as well, because so many women are in this whole independent woman thing, which is nothing. It's nothing wrong being an independent woman. Let's be clear on that.
We are looking at them.
I was gonna say we are true advocates for being independent women, but you giving the man the power in certain situations does not take away your power as a woman.
Like, I personally expect doors to be open for me. I don't have to open it. The tab to be paid. I don't have to open the door. If somebody want to do it for me, fine, go right ahead.
Exactly. Don't say, no, I got it. Stop saying you got it. Everybody's aware that you have it. You have 2 working legs and arms. Yeah. Let the man do it, okay?
Yeah.
Just stop saying, oh, I got it. Stop doing that. Just let the man treat you like a queen.
Because I personally feel like the right man will appreciate an independent woman, but still feel good about doing things for her.
Yeah.
So you can still have that balance without feeling like you're not independent if he does something for you.
100%.
And strangers open the doors for us here in the South, so I guess it's normal here in the South.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people I don't even know open the door for me.
Yeah, I have too. But it's crazy because I've seen guys in relationships, they don't carry the bags. They don't.
Yeah, and then they used to cop out like, oh, equality.
But that's because of the women.
But I feel like sometimes it should be 50-50 and sometimes it should be 80-20, depending on what it is.
The situation. It's all situational.
Yes.
And I feel like everybody's situation is different. But please let these men be men. And that does not mean let him basically treat you any kind of way. This means let him be a man and lead. Just please stop doing that because you're messing it up for the next. We control the narrative, ladies.
Yes.
We set the tone in our relationships.
Definitely.
Please remember that.
I don't know if y'all know this, but men are very simple.
They really are.
They're really not that complicated. I feel like we make things more complicated. And when you're direct and know exactly what you want, then he will just follow suit pretty much.
Yeah. So I just feel like if we all have standards, then men will continue to expect all women to have standards. We all need to come together on this.
Yeah.
This is the PSA. Get some standards, please.
Okay, so the next thing we want to address or topic is relationships being like the end all be all for a lot of females. When I see people see a woman has everything, she could be independent, she could have the best credit score, she could have a nice car, she could be a homeowner, and if she does not have a man, she's not successful. Everybody automatically feel bad for her. Can we not do that anymore? Can we stop equating success with a relationship? Because that's not it.
You need to know that you are the it all on your own.
Yes.
And a man is an added bonus.
It's like the icing on the cake, or it's like dessert after you have a good full course meal. Okay?
Great to have, but not necessary.
I feel like women make men like a necessity to the point where it's like oxygen for them. You're breathing without them, okay? And it's usually never men who make women feel bad about this. It's always women doing it to other women.
Yes.
So it's like a female thing. And I'm just like, why is that the case? Because last time I checked, I'm happy when I get a check. You know, like, I personally feel like if my bag ain't right, I'm not right. So can we equate success with our own personal goals
and accomplishments?
Yes. Not our attachment to another human being? Because you have to be whole on your own. Just because you're in a relationship don't mean your life is complete. Because you can be miserable in a relationship.
Been there.
I really wish women would stop being so codependent, because every time like I see someone, like anybody, I can see a girl with a channel or Instagram, as soon as she gets a boyfriend, it's the most liked picture on the Instagram, or as soon as she do a boyfriend tag, it's the most viewed video on YouTube. Can we just support each other even when we don't have a man? Like, why does it have to be more interesting because there's someone else, you know, in the mix?
I feel like that's a continuation of giving men power.
Yes. Yes.
It really is.
Like, you automatically more interesting. And I thought I was interesting all on my own.
You are.
I know that. I'm all about, you know, woman energy and woman power. Yes, and last time I checked, none of us would be here without women. Remember that when somebody try to disrespect you as a woman, remember that you would not be here without a woman. That is your power, okay?
And also I want you guys to remember how we treat each other as women is a direct reflection of how men see us and treat us as well. And we need to stop putting so much pressure on each other, because you're going to pressure other women into wanting things in their lives prematurely. Like,
so you mean like husband, kids?
Yeah, I feel like it's different for everybody. So stop putting that amount of pressure on each other. So I feel like getting into things like prematurely, like a relationship or having kids, just creates a vicious cycle of toxicity.
It's very toxic, and then that's when you create more unhealthy relationships. Then you bring a kid into the world with an unhealthy environment.
A vicious cycle. Yeah.
People like have kids prematurely. Our parents already did that.
Yeah, you don't want to really, like, not saying everybody's childhood was like dramatic or traumatic, but if it was, you don't want to relive that life. Most people want better for their children.
Yes.
So you should want better for your children. So don't blame your past on how you're moving towards your future. A lot of people blame their past on their present, so we gotta stop, you know,
making excuses,
because after a while, you're responsible for your own life. You know,
and at some point, you have to fix you.
Yes.
If it's broken, you gotta fix it. You just have to learn how to heal from it, and to take one day at a time, and not making excuses for being, you know, in toxic situations just because, oh, my mama did this, or my dad did the same thing. Just because your parents did something, why you want to relive their movie? Why you want a sequel of their life?
You already seen it. You seen the movie.
You saw the outcome.
You already read the book.
Yeah.
You already know what's gonna happen.
Yes.
Stop it.
And at this point in 2020, we have so many tools to better ourselves. Because back in the day, there was no, you know, openness about therapy and about, you know, meditation. We have just so many resources that there's no excuse not to put in the work to work on yourself. And not saying you're going to be perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. You obviously want to live the best life you can possibly live for yourself. And your future kids.
Children, yeah, definitely.
So, you know, why not, you know, start with you and just take those steps one day at a time.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is something that I'm so sick of saying, and I feel like it's like a viral disease that's spreading. Stop taking care of grown-ass men who are well and able. If their legs work, their arms work, they're in good health. Please stop taking care of grown-ass men just because you don't want to be by yourself. It's absolutely pathetic, and you're wasting your life. You could have so much more.
But those women have to know that they deserve better. Because some women But some women don't think they deserve better.
Okay.
It's a psychological thing that has to, it's like a switch that has to, you know, click on at some point.
Okay, but that's what self-love starts.
Yeah.
This whole thing is all a process. Past that. If you already say you love yourself, you need to start acting like it.
Yes.
Okay? Because you can say you love yourself all day, but if you're not taking the necessary steps to love yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, your life is going to stay in neutral. You're not going to be moving forward.
It's frustrating, especially when I see women who work so hard and, you know, have these lives that they've created, and I feel like their men manipulate them into thinking that they helped, but if you can hire somebody to do it, then you don't need him.
Thank you. Yeah, I see a lot of women basically keep men around because they're lonely, or they keep them around doing things that they can hire somebody to do. I don't need you in my space if you have no purpose. Like, basically, if I can hire somebody to be my assistant, to clean my house, to cook me dinner, not saying he don't need to do that because I feel like, you know, we both can cook.
You're referring to it like a chef.
Like a chef or something. That's different. Because I feel like everybody's households are different. But I'm just saying.
We talking about the ones who ain't got no job.
Yes. Jobless men.
Yes.
If you can hire somebody else to do what that man is doing up in your house, cut him off, please.
Yes.
Okay?
Trifling. Men who manipulate you into thinking that he's essential when he's not.
No. But like me personally, like I said, you need to have purpose in my space.
Got it.
You need to like be there for me emotionally.
Yeah, the emotional connection.
You know what I mean?
Important.
Spiritually, we need to be spiritually connected, and of course physical. So yeah, I just basically wanted to like say that as like a wake up call, because we just need to be there for each other as women. Sometimes you just need a good slap in the face of somebody to be like, girl, get your ass up. You're oversleeping on life.
But I always say at some point, like with women who go through these things, even if y'all don't hear us out, God will slap you in the face with the truth. Every time. Trust me.
For real.
You will see signs. You will have days where you like, wow. I can't
ignore them
this.
though. They ignore them.
You gonna get a slap.
They ignore them.
I'm just saying.
Big red flags. They ignore them.
That's very true.
Stop
and then you're gonna be mad at yourself because you knew in the beginning anyway.
Alright, so now we're gonna move on to some questions that I asked you guys to ask me on my Insta story. I was getting a lot of questions. I actually had to delete the post because I was like, okay, I think we got enough for the video. Alright, first question. How to handle seeing your ex out in public?
Be cordial.
This has happened to me.
It's happened to Kelsey multiple times actually.
Yeah. And I just was, like Kendra said, I was cordial. I was unbothered because I am unbothered. I feel like if you're bothered, don't let them see that you're bothered.
Don't let them see, yeah.
Don't make it a thing. Just be yourself. Just be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hope your life's going good. And move on.
Again, don't give them power.
Thank you. Because you're making it a thing. If you're like, oh my gosh, you're right there. Now, it's different if it's like fresh or it depends on how the breakup went. Because when I saw mine, it had been some time.
Yeah.
So I ain't even going to lie. If I would have saw him like 2 days after, I probably would have ran the other way.
Got it. Like, make sure he didn't see you?
Yeah.
Like, dip out real quick?
Dodge him.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like if it's been some time and you see him out and you like getting over it or you're already over it, it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. I'm a Scorpio too, and it's hard for me balancing girlfriend friendships and the one with my man as far as spending time with both.
Hey to our fellow Scorpio sisters.
Yeah,
we
love
very, you guys.
We're very special.
We are special.
That is just basically time management. I feel like you just have to manage your time wisely and basically don't forget about your friends.
And I get like the beginning stages, like you get wrapped up in something new and it's fresh. And it's exciting. But there will be a time where you want to spend time with your friends. Like, how you gonna talk about them if you always with them?
Yes.
You know? Not in a bad way, but talk about how happy you are.
Yeah.
Or if it's something that's getting on your nerves, how you supposed to vent if you ain't got your friends to talk to?
your friends, yeah, that's true. And let's be real, guys don't like to hear gossip. So
really
you can't talk to your man about the same things you talk with your girlfriends about.
That's very
true.
true.
So you need your friends.
And if you got some real ones, at least one of them gonna tell you when you been they haven't seen you.
Absent.
Yes.
You've been absent.
So don't do that. Don't forget about your friends. So it's balance is key. And don't he got friends? He should have friends.
Yeah, that's the perfect excuse. How would you maintain a long distance relationship? Lots of communication.
Yeah, communication for sure.
Lots of communication.
Because I personally feel like for me, if there's a strong emotional connection.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be a good foundation for a long distance relationship to work.
If y'all both immature, it's probably not gonna work.
It's definitely not going to work. You both have to be mature enough to mentally handle not being able to see each other every day and not having that physical touch, because I know it's very important for some people too. It's different if you have like different love languages, because I feel like everybody's love languages are different.
That's true.
So long distance is honestly not that hard for somebody who likes not physical touch. Like if you like being by yourself, it's not that big of a deal.
I like my me time, so I feel like it's not a big deal for me. I like to miss people.
I do too.
And then when you see them again, it's just like that much more exciting.
Love missing somebody.
But I love to be by myself too.
Me too. I'm weird. I prefer, well, not long distance, but I prefer if you like go away for a few days, come back for a month, go away again a few days, come back a month. I'm weird like that because I just love missing somebody, and I feel like I can't miss you if you always up under me.
Yeah, that's true. So it just depends on the person,
then the couple.
But like you said, communication
is key.
Often,
FaceTime.
Text often. Good morning text. Good night text. Just make sure you just check up on each other. Pretty much the natural things.
Yeah. Talk every day.
Yeah.
Do you think women should pay for men on dates? Absolutely not.
No.
I'm so firm on this. I know some people believe in going Dutch, but after a certain age, what is Dutch?
No. Now, if I'm uncomfortable on the date, I will gladly pay for my half and leave. But if I'm enjoying that person and I expect another date, I expect him to pay for this date.
Of course.
But
even then, I still don't want to pay.
It's called being courted. So I enjoy that.
That basically takes us back to the beginning of the video when we basically were talking about chivalry.
Let them pay.
Let them pay. When you've been with someone for 3 years and they haven't invited you to their home or met their family, you're not his girlfriend.
Either one, he's embarrassed for you to meet his family.
Oh, of his own family? You think they might be like crazy or something?
I don't know details, but maybe he embarrassed.
Either you're not his girlfriend or
y'all not serious.
Or he's protecting you from his family.
Yeah, one of the two.
One of the two. You had
I don't know any other details. Those are the only two that I can think of.
Me too. But to his home though. You mean his hometown or his actual house? Because if you ain't been in his house, then that's questionable.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, you didn't clarify.
But does he may not have a house.
You might be right. He might be living with a bunch of people. You don't know. But 3 years, you should know where your man stayed.
In the family thing, 3 years, if y'all have been serious and you're happy, then you should have met his family by now during at least one holiday.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter,
Veterans Day. I don't know, child. Should I get mad if I ask my boyfriend to unfollow his ex on Instagram and he totally ignored me?
So he's still following her, basically, is what she's saying.
So he basically saying, I'm not going to unfollow her. Okay, I see two sides of this. My thing is, first of all, why is it that big of a deal for him to unfollow her? I would ask that. And on the other hand, why is that big of a deal to you that he still follows her? Did you catch him texting her or something? Like, there has to be a backstory, I feel.
Honestly, why he following her? I'm one-sided on this.
I don't care, especially because some people end on good terms. They might like.
Why do you want to follow them though?
I mean, Instagram is just Instagram to some people. It's not that big of a deal.
That's true, but most of the time, if it's not like a celebrity or someone you're inspired by, if it's somebody you know or have known at some point, you following them to keep up with them. Why you want to keep up with your ex?
It's very true.
No, he don't need to be following her.
I said that. I feel like. If he's so adamant on like, no, I'm going to keep following her, like, why are you so protective over that follow?
Yes.
Sir.
I feel my feelings. Because if y'all have the kind of relationship that I feel like most women would want, which is if you bother by something, then your man wants to fix it. If I say you don't,
if it's making you uncomfortable,
then it shouldn't be an issue. You should just press unfollow.
Definitely.
And it's over. That's it.
That's very true. Advice for someone who is socially awkward when guys try to talk to them.
This is where confidence comes in.
You have to just be yourself, and if yourself is awkward, nothing wrong with being a little quirky. Because some guys like that. They think it's cute. But don't let him know that you're nervous.
Yeah. You gotta be like cool and calm and collected.
Yeah.
Or just act like you don't care.
They love that.
Even though sometimes it's hard for me not to do that, because most of the time
I was going to say you really don't anyway.
Not really.
Because like we've gotten that, like most guys, like when they first approach us, they always think we're mean or
mean all the time. I haven't even said like 2 words.
I haven't said nothing.
If you're with a group of friends, just pay attention to them. Me and Kelsey are good at this because we have like inside jokes, so we're always in our own little world anyway. Like laughing or just being, stupid.
That's so true. Just be yourself, because you can ruin like a good moment with you overthinking it.
Yes, for sure.
Tips for a new relationship. Almost a month in, everything is going well, but it seems too good to be real. I don't believe in too good to be true. No. I used to, but now that I'm getting older, I just accept it. I feel like it's God rewarding me for all the BS that I had to put up with in my past. So I don't believe in too good to be true.
Me neither.
It's just good.
Because honestly, I feel like low-key, when you feel like something's too good to be true, you feel like you don't deserve it. And you have to know that you deserve whatever this is. So if it feels good, just embrace it. Let it
Accept
be.
it.
Yes.
Accept it. Who don't want to accept goodness, girl?
Yes.
That's not a bad thing. Don't be too skeptical, because I feel like sometimes when you're too skeptical, you can ruin a good thing. And you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Of course, it's good to be aware.
Of course.
To protect yourself.
Of course,
obviously.
you need to use your brain, but if it's going good, why question it?
Yeah.
Just go with it. It's the beginning. It's always good in the beginning.
Yeah, don't turn nothing into something.
Yeah. Mama's boys, how would you deal with one?
To what severity?
I
don't mind if he loves his mama. I hope he loves your mama.
I prefer that he loves his mama.
Yeah, because that means he respects women.
Because most mama's boys, honestly, they make the best husbands. Because they know how to treat a woman. They know how we are as women.
They understand
us a little bit more. Now, if he's like to the extreme mama's boy and the mama don't respect you, then I would have to bow gracefully, because I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. No, have a conversation first, and you have a conversation with him, and he should have a conversation with his mom. And if nothing changes, then that's when it's time to bow out.
Because it's not her problem. That's his problem.
Right. And it's up to him to balance those two relationships.
That's why I said it's his problem.
Yeah.
This is not a you problem, boo-boo. This is his problem. Yeah. How do you politely decline someone who asks for your number?
You politely decline.
No, thank you. I mean,
or I just lie and say I already got a boyfriend.
I've done that too.
Or give him the wrong number, what I used to do it in high school. I'm more mature now.
I was gonna say, don't do that. You grown, just say no thank you.
Some of them can't take no for an answer though.
Those are awkward.
And it's just like,
then I feel like you're harassing me.
Now I gotta be rude.
I've been nice. Yeah, you start out nice.
Yes.
But if they like start like harassing you low key, that's when you gotta like turn on, you know. Even though sometimes they like that too.
Just say no.
Yeah. He leaves me on red and says, I don't owe you a response, but we're intimate.
Girl, you need to stop being intimate. That person don't deserve any parts of you, okay?
Like a text response?
He is an ass. Like a boy.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Absolutely.
Women are disposable to him. He walking around like he owes no one an explanation. That's
disgusting.
Not how you handle this.
That's
like
disgusting.
He's not handling this situation at all properly.
Wow. You're saying that you guys are intimate. And I don't know if you mean like a sexual relationship.
That doesn't have to be that.
I mean, it doesn't, but if he's saying he don't owe her nothing, they're probably just
casual
buddies. And I still feel like he owes her a response.
Yeah.
If you land down with somebody,
well, that's why I said they don't need to be intimate, because he deserves no parts of her at all.
You need to cut that off, girl. In that, if he can't even respond to a text message.
No, ma'am.
Are you willing to give up your career for a relationship?
No. Would he give up his for yours? For you? Probably not.
They never do.
So why should we? Don't you ever do this.
No.
Ever. Because when someone truly cares about you, they would never ask you this question.
No. And they truly want you to be happy, and if your career makes you happy, they honestly will be in full support of that. Because when a man, like the first thing he say, I don't want you working, he want to control you.
Yes. And
we're not doing that.
Or if he says you ain't even got to work or whatever like that, if he's manipulating you. And I personally feel like men who don't want women to work are extremely insecure.
And misogynistic.
Yes. All those things. Pay attention to those. That's also a red flag. Like, you should have the option to work. If you don't want to work, that should be your choice.
Your choice.
But it should not be dictated by him. Honestly,
I don't get when men do this, because if you met me working, what makes you think I'm not going to continue to work? If you met me as a go-getter, if you met me as this badass, then you shouldn't have got with a boss, dude. You need to go find somebody who don't want to work.
Yes.
Instead of trying to make me into something
that
I'm
not.
Yeah.
That I'm not.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And I feel like personally, if I'm not working, then I need to be on maternity leave. That's the only time I need to be not working.
Do you prefer dating older or your exact age? At this point, I really don't care.
It doesn't really matter as long as we want the same things. If they have good energy, he gotta love God. You know, if he check all the boxes for me, pretty much.
Age is like, for me, like,
I don't like too young though. I don't want young.
No, I don't want like still like got breast milk on his breath. But I also don't want like.
You mean a baby?
I also don't want like
old.
My daddy age.
Ugh.
That's weird.
No, that is weird. I actually prefer older than me, for sure.
I
But
do too.
if he's my age, he has to obviously be very mature.
Yeah. I like, at this point, I feel like age is not that big of a deal
It's
for me,
situational.
because I feel like people are the way they are from their life experiences. And I've met younger guys who are more mature than older guys.
That's true.
Because of how, like, they were raised.
And the environment.
And the environment that they grew up in. And some people are forced to grow up faster than others. They have more responsibility.
That's true.
As children. Their parents made them do more. Because, I mean, I have to think about myself because I'm an old soul.
Same.
I feel like I grew up a lot faster than some people my age because of how I was raised. Like, our mom just always made us, like, super independent. We learned how to do a lot of things at, like, a younger age. So I just feel like it depends on the person.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So I can't even, like I said, I don't care at this point.
That's true.
Am I wrong for not wanting to date a man with kids? I'm 29 and don't have any. No. I don't think
that's
you're
wrong. I personally think if you have certain things that you want and desire, then you shouldn't have to compromise on those. But if he's a good person and you're happy with him, don't let that affect you continuing something good. But if it's like an overwhelming, feeling that you feel like you can't really, continue, then don't go through with it. I feel like stick to your guns. You don't have to feel bad about not wanting that, because for me personally, I feel like we talked about this in our last Q&A. I personally feel like if he has one kid, that's my limit. If he got more than one kid, I don't want it, because the baby mama drama is not meant for me. I'm not made that way, and I'm not here to entertain it. So one kid is my limit. If he got more than one child, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it either.
I
Because
can't do
also, not only the baby mama drama, but when you're saying yes to a man who has kids, you're saying yes to being a stepmom.
Yes.
So you
that's
also
a huge responsibility.
have responsibility over somebody else's children, and you also have to see them as your children.
Your own.
So you have to love them as your own. So it's a lot to think about.
Yes.
More than people, I feel like, realize. And I feel like when people don't think this through going into relationships, they damage the children in the process.
Yeah.
So the kids come first in this situation, and I don't want to say yes to something that I'm not going to put my all into.
Because I prefer this rather than her be with a man with kids and then completely ignore him and not treat him right.
Yeah.
Because those women I don't respect. Like, I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Like, don't be with a man with kids and then treat the kids badly.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
I
Like,
hate that.
irk my nerves.
You can't have him without them.
No. His kids come with him. They are a part of him.
Package deal.
Yes.
So I feel like you're being smart about this. Do not feel bad about this. Or anybody else who feel like other people are making them feel bad about not wanting to be with a man with kids. It ain't for everybody.
It's not.
Okay? It's a lot more to think about than you think. I'm scared to date outside my race because of my family. Should I care what they think?
Yeah, family don't gotta date them.
Absolutely not.
No.
A relationship is between two people. What they got to do with your relationship?
Yeah.
It's your relationship. Who cares? Who cares what race he is?
Yeah.
It's not their business, to be completely honest.
I agree.
And I feel like if your family loves you, then
they'll be happy for you. They'll come around.
They'll come around.
If they want you to come around, they'll come around.
Opinion on 50-50 split. He covers 100 or proportion costs in a relationship. Thanks.
That's up to y'all.
That's situational because I don't know everybody's financial situation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's up to the couple and whoever makes more in the household.
I agree.
How y'all split y'all bills. I feel like it's their personal.
Sometimes people's income fluctuates. Sometimes he's making more, she's making less. She's making more, he's making less.
Yeah, that's true.
But for me personally, I always feel like the man should automatically be, paying for a little bit more, because let's be honest, on paper, men always make more than us.
They're at the top of the food chain.
They're at the top of the food chain, so there's no excuse why he shouldn't be able to pay for everything. And I know it sounds harsh, but it is what it is. It's reality. Because there's so many women who feel like they should pay for certain things in the house just to, pick up some slack.
But that's situational. But I feel like most of the time, he should be paying for most of everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Just my opinion. Because like you said, men make more than women.
Yes.
So why aren't you paying for more?
Because when you think about it, it balances out. Because if he making more than you and you making less than him and y'all paying 50-50, then you paying more than him.
Your pot lower, boo-boo. We call that a disproportionate ratio.
Yeah.
That's all situational, but all in all, I feel like the man should be paying for everything. You know, our granddaddy, you know, he was, you know, the man of the house, so he felt like he needed to pay all the bills, and I concur. I respect that. It just is what it is. I said if you want to be the man of the house, that comes at a price. Have you ever been told that you're intimidating by guys you date, and how do you deal with this?
Yes, we have, which is why a lot of guys have not approached us.
Most of the time. But I don't think it, like, I don't look at it as a bad thing. I honestly look at it as
we're weeding out the bad apples.
So I feel like if they can't handle your presence, then they're not for you. So this to me, this is not really anything to handle. Because you said, how do you deal with this? I don't deal with it. That's not a bad thing, though. That's not something you should have to deal with. Just be you. Don't dim your shine to make a man feel like a man.
Because when you have to be super, like, you know, subdued and, like, you have to bring yourself down to, like, your energy to, like, a certain place for him to feel confident, then he's not very confident.
Insecure.
So
he's insecure.
This is actually not a bad thing. Like I said, you weed out the bad apples, and you not for me anyway. Okay, guys, so that wraps up this twin talk. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you know, got a chance to get some good advice in our little girl chat that we just had. Hopefully something changes for you in your everyday life, in your dating life, personal relationship with yourself, because that's the most important one.
Yes, hopefully we turned on a couple of light bulbs.
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, that's what we're here for. Hopefully y'all woke up from being asleep, aka, you know, accepting, you know, disrespecting things that don't serve you for your future.
So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this twin talk, and we'll see y'all next time.